As we went to break, charged against the Tiger Cats. We'll let you see it here on the return by Eric Blunt.
Well, you see right at the end, I don't think there's any question. Blunt is down and out of bounds, and there comes Ronnie Williams. And, that's one of those mental mistakes that cost your team 15 yards. The net now on that punt exchange was like about 5 yards. So great return by Blunt. He had some good ones a week ago. He's been a great addition to this team, and he caught some swing passes last week that were good. He's a good first down back. I mean, he's the kind of guy that you swing it to him, more often than not, he'll get you 5 or 6.
TJ Rubley hasn't had the Bombers offense untracked until now. He finds Larry Thompson, and the gain will be close to a first down. Thompson had a great week in week 1. 6 receptions, 102 yards, and that beautiful 49-yard touchdown.
That was pretty, and that was a pretty first down call. Winnipeg was funny. A week ago, they used that play on 2nd and 10, when really that's a first down play, at which they use it now. Now they got 2nd and short.
They needed a yard, and Sean Millington should have it with no penalties anywhere. Wrapped up by Gonzalo Floyd.
Floyd really can do it all. Last year he had a couple of catches in short yardage, and we'll have to see if they're going to use him in those situations. Actually had a touchdown catch and an interception tonight now in the home opener. An interception that set up Hamilton's opening touchdown.
TJ Rubley for Winnipeg on first down. He has Millington just over or in behind the coverage, and Millington is out near the 45, so this is a pretty decent drive. The best the Bombers have been able to muster so far. Justin Ring made the tackle.
Joe Paupau's got a good grip on what he wants to do offensively in his game plan tonight, because back-to-back really good calls on first down. Hamilton predominantly a zone coverage team on first down. That is a great play against the zone. Let the lineman rush it. They got 8 yards.
2nd and 2, Winnipeg. Long sliding out of the backfield, and he has plenty for the first down inside the 40. Joe Montford made the tackle, number 53. Derek Greer shaken up a moment or two ago. Let's check it out with David Amber.
Yeah, cornerback Derek Greer hurt his left knee. They told him that he'll be coming back to the game. He says he's feeling all right, but he's just getting it a little loose. Back to you, John.
On first down, TJ Rubley. To the far side, Matt DeBuck made the catch.
I'm not
he
sure.
Had 2 receivers over there, Leif. It was interesting.
It's a good thing that Ted Logg's only about 5'9", or he might have messed that play up, because
if he'd gone high for it to me.
Matt DeBuck, who's even smaller, made the catch on the sidelines. This is a good drive. 3 first downs in a row for the Bomber offense.
Out the Ticat 27, TJ Rubley looked to run and fooled no one. Hitchcock was coming.
Well, Hitchcock was coming, and so was Calvin Tiggle on the blitz. And I mean, here's Tiggle in the middle. He's coming right up the gut, and he's really the one that messed. Dave Van Kona at the center, blocks away, doesn't even see him, but here's Tiggle. He ends up making the hit because Hitchcock just ran him into him.
No sack there. Rubley grabbed a half a yard. 2nd down, looking for Armstrong, and he just missed it right on the goal line.
And you remember how I said that Gerald Vaughn is the real physical inside halfback for the Ticats? He just suddenly kept his arm pushed into Chris Armstrong all the way down the field. But look at the arms on him. I mean, that is not your normal safety right there, those guns. But you'll see to the right, he just pushes him to the outside, and Armstrong could never bend it back into the middle to make that catch. I mean, that was a good throw.
Did you see the guns on Reggie Slack?
Oh, he's
big hands.
What are these guys doing?
I don't know, and he was playing like a linebacker at times too.
He does that. Who did he hit going out of bounds that just drilled somebody?
Well, let's see if this field goal is good, and I'll try and remember. It is. Westwood gets the Bombers on the scoreboard. It's now 7-3. Pretty good drive by TJ Rubley after some early adversity. I'll be darned if I can remember who he knocked out, but it was on the sidelines. Nice little run by Slack.
I think it was Antonius Bonner.
Might have been.
Yeah. But I do. If I was watching the game and
put his shoulder down and took him out.
Anyway, the Bombers have gotten over the initial shock of being down 7-0 in the first minute of the game. Reinbold settled his team down. That was a good drive. 3 first downs to get the field goal. So, any of the opening enthusiasm that Hamilton has had, Reinbold's team's been able to answer. That kind of crowd's really kind of quiet again.
That likely was the best drive of the ball game because McManus's drive for a touchdown was only 1 yard. McManus stands in, looking deep into heavy coverage. Flutie makes the catch, and it's a big first down for the Tiger Cats. McManus to Flutie, 36 yards, and the Ticats are inside the Winnipeg 40.
Why, you know, Winnipeg only rushed 3 people, had 9 in coverage, and yet somehow Flutie gets in behind 3 people, and you know, Brad Elberg, the only one closest to him, but you know, we suggested Flutie needed to be more involved, and what a terrific play that was.
So the Tiger Cats are set up at the Blue Bomber 39. McManus got it away before the Heat got there. Bobby Olive makes the catch, and he's forced out just a little shy by Kwani Smith.
You know, Bobby Olive's a 29-year-old rookie in this league and from Ohio State originally. And you know, I asked Ron Lancaster in his office this afternoon before the game, well, you know, what about this guy? And he said, well, you know, he's just been here, and you know, I didn't really know that he was going to make the team, but he catches well, he runs well, and none of the younger guys could simply beat this guy out. So he's in the lineup until somebody else comes along that's better. And right now, he's the best guy they have.
2nd and 1. And that'll be enough for a Ticat first down to continue this drive. McManus again. That's a couple of runs for McManus, both for a yard, 1 for a touchdown. Here's a little bad news for the Tiger Cats. McManus has the best rushing average on the team going into the game.
That is
4.5 yards.
That is not good news. And trust me, that will not last.
That was a couple of carries last week for a total of 9. But he has the first down here, Tiger Cats. Now at the Blue Bomber 29. Hamilton leading 7-3. McManus away in a hurry has Bobby Olive. Good reaction by Ferguson to make the tackle. Nick Ferguson inserted into the game because of injuries last week.
But again, Hamilton wide receivers. Andrew Grigg did it earlier. Now Bobby Olive does it. No fear to come across the middle in heavy traffic. And he takes a pretty good shot from Ferguson. But, you know, these are easy passes for McManus to complete over the middle. And his receivers are willing. That's a good, you know, Lancaster told me that's what they were going to do. You know what you get in Winnipeg's defense. They will blitz a lot of people as they did on that last play, and some of the best tactics against that are to run crossing routes, and Hamilton's had success early with it.
And a quick release by McManus doesn't hurt either. This is 2nd and 2. Williams has not carried often so far tonight, and he was stood up right on the line. We'll see where they spot this one. It could be very close for a Tiger Cats first down. Ronald Williams, an ex-Blue Bomber, looking for a little revenge against his former mates in this one tonight.
Well, he felt he was made a scapegoat a year ago for all Winnipeg's problems. He missed a meeting on the road in a game in Montreal, was subsequently suspended and then released, and he says it was unjust.
Well, he was suspended. Then the Bombers brought him back to the team. After that, he led the CFL with 16 rushing touchdowns, had 1,100 yards rushing, and didn't play the full season, missing about 5 games. Comes up short by about a yard here, I do believe. The final measurement is not down on the turf at Ivor Wynn, with the Tiger Cats leading 7-3.
This is going to be a critical decision for Lancaster, and there you see that no decision. Kick it. He does not have a great short yardage offense. He knows it. And he's going to kick the field goal, and I think this is a good choice.
Paul Osbaldiston was perfect last week, hitting on 2 of 2 field goals, 22 and 45 yards. This one will be spotted at the 26-yard line, and no question about it, Ozzy's rolling on a perfect season thus far. And 3 more to the Tiger Cats total, and at least they had to drive for those points. The first touchdown was pretty well a gift on the interception return by Gonzalo Floyd, setting Hamilton up at the 1-yard line.
And a big play on that drive, the 36-yard completion to Darren Flutie. And, you know, when you complete one of those long bombs, you have a tendency to loosen up that defense early, which I always liked as a receiver. I love my quarterback to go downtown early, if nothing more than just to say, hey, we think we can beat you deep, and we're going to go for it. And, you know, it plants a nice seed early. Hamilton was fortunate enough to go deep and complete it.
Cody Ledbetter was the backup to Danny McManus a couple of seasons ago in Edmonton. This should be the final play of quarter one. First down, Winnipeg. Nice play action fake by T.J. Rubley. Pumps once and then fires it into the turf. Larry Thompson was the closest Blue Bomber receiver. So a tough beginning for Rubley, although he did drive for 3 points late in the opening quarter. Lots more coming up on the CFL Live from Ivor Wynn in Hamilton.
You're watching CFL Live, and we're at the quarter. Here's your host, James Duthie.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And key play of the quarter, well, we didn't have to wait very long. Only the second play from scrimmage in the game. And T.J. Rubley, well, this is not the way he wanted to start. Eric?
Well,
Chris?
Yeah, you know what happened in a case like this? Number one thing is a confidence issue for T.J. Rubley. Gerald Vaughn broke on the ball very efficiently, caused the play on a crossing pattern, ended up getting down to the 1 yard line. It's going to be up to Rubley to be composed, get back into the game. You saw he gained a little bit more in terms of confidence and rhythm that last series. But on the other hand, you look at Danny McManus, he's pretty slick right now.
Well, in talking about T.J. Rubley, you mentioned the word poise. Well, I think when you talk about Danny McManus, the key word is recognition. The guy, basically with him, it's going to be pick your poison. If you bring a lot of pressure, he's going to carve you up deep. If you sit back and play soft, he's going to hit you on the slant routes, which he's done effectively early, James.
All right, Chris, Bombers T.J. Rubley, as we said, seemed to settle down. How important was that last drive to get the field goal?
Well, I think it's critical. I mean, you have to get into a rhythm. You have to get into small successes. You saw him throw the 2 out patterns, which are a tough pass. That's going to help his confidence a lot. And I like the fact that Joe Paopao is on the sidelines. He can come with his offensive coordinator, look him straight in the eye, and they can discuss certain issues. 90% of the time, offensive coordinator is up in the booth. This is unusual for Paopao to be on the sidelines, but I think in this instance, it's going to be effective and it's going to help Rubley.
All right, the rookie T.J. Rubley against the veteran Danny McManus. For second quarter action, let's send it back to Ivor Wynn Stadium. Here are John Wells and Leif Pedersen. Take it away, guys.
All right, we're set to start the second quarter. Ticats on top by a touchdown at 10-3. And the numbers should be rather interesting. First downs for the Bombers, 3 for the Ticats, 4. 86 net yards for Hamilton compared to 50. And the turnover cost you 6 if you're the Winnipeg Blue Bomber quarterback.
You know what, John? I circle this because, you know, it's funny. Both teams say we like to run the football. There's one great fundamental problem with running the football. Neither team has the blocking back in there. Sean Millington for Winnipeg and Ronnie Williams for Hamilton. They are not good blockers. You need a good blocking back, a fullback blocking back to have a good running game, and neither one of these teams do. You look at Montreal, for example, they got Michael Souls. He's a great blocker. These teams don't have the fundamental ingredients to be good running teams.
Bombers begin the second quarter on 2nd and 10, and Rubley is picked out. It floated out there, and Frank West came up with it. 21 yards on the return.
And that was probably the first really poor throw that I've seen T.J. Rubley make. And he's going deep. I mean, the recognition's not there, but he just flat out underthrew his receiver miserably. He was going for Chris Armstrong, and Frank West. That's a pretty easy interception right there. And a couple interceptions now in this game. And those are going to begin to take its toll for Winnipeg.
West had 1 last week. So that's 2 in 2 games for Frank West. And a couple of key interceptions tossed up by T.J. Rubley. This one could cost him points as the Tiger Cats are set up inside the Blue Bomber 30-yard line, near the 28. So 2 interceptions. The first one not necessarily Rubley's fault. The second definitely was. So McManus smells a little blood here with the Ticats. Inside the 30 from the shotgun. McManus with time and a target. Almost intercepted. Maurice Kelly suggesting that he held onto the football. He got his hands on it. Now they say he did get the interception. Interesting call here, Leif. I didn't see it all the way. I thought he dropped it.
Well, our vantage point is not good at this end of the field.
Oh, my gosh, he hangs on.
He hangs on. They call it an interception and then a fumble. And, you know, I think that's a good call. McManus got pressure, but, you know, this is just terrific coverage. It's double coverage. you know, Maurice Kelly underneath and in coverage over the top, and he just makes a great play. I think that was a great call by the officials. No question he had possession.
You're right.
He just let it slip out of his hands.
McManus ended up on his backside, and so the interception by Rubley doesn't hurt the Blue Bombers. McManus throws up one of his own. So the Bombers begin at the 11-yard line. Millington got the call, and there was nowhere to go.
You see, and this proves what I was talking about the running game. You know, if Millington's going to carry it, he needs somebody to make a block for him, like an Eric Blunt or a Pat McNerney, who's the other fullback. And, you know, he just doesn't get that on this play. He pretty much has to do it on his own. And, you know, you're just not going to have a very consistent running game. Yeah, you're going to make yards every once in a while, but I really don't think over the long haul you're going to have any consistency. And this is a situation where the Ticat defense can just pin back their ears and count.
A loss of 11 set up by Montford and Calvin Tiggle for the Tiger Cats. T.J. Rubley looking at 11 yards for a first down. Millington made the catch, but he's a wee bit short. Forced out by Justin Ring. The spot will be interesting. Less than a yard, it looks like. The official right on the spot on the sideline.
I think T.J. Rubley knew he was going to get some heat down here, and the heat comes from the outside. Tim Fleiser, and he gets the pressure that forces Rubley out of the pocket initially, and that's a place where you just can't make another mistake. And the Hamilton defense did their job. Well, you look at Cameron and Osbaldiston, you got Lou Pasaglia. I mean, these guys could be cashing Canada pension and still playing. I mean, they've been around forever.
Cameron has been here for how many years now?
19.
19. Hey, he's still got a leg, doesn't he?
Oh.
Steinauer returning for the Tiger Cats. He only gets a couple. Grant Carter leading the tacklers that time. 48-yard punts. So the Ticats get it back in a hurry, but they let a pretty good chance get away moments ago.
Versus Tigers, TSN, Thursday.
CFL Live on TSN is brought to you in part by Midas Car Care, the way it should be.
10-3 Ticats on home turf. Ron Lancaster knows he's lucky to have a lead at this point of the ball game. The opening touchdown for the Tiger Cats was a gift. And the offense really hasn't moved the ball consistently thus far tonight.
Oh, they've sure had great field position.
Whoa.
Again now starting at their own 47. They have not been backed up yet.
On first down, McManus hands off to Ronald Williams. His best run of the ball game out across midfield and into Winnipeg territory.
This week's game plan is totally different from a week ago in Calgary. Against Calgary, they just split Archie Amerson out, went with kind of essentially a 5-receiver offense, and because they just didn't feel they could beat Calgary on the ground running. Tonight, a little different. They feel like they can go to some more two-back sets as they are in right now and have a little more success running, so that is more of a focus point tonight.
2nd and 2, and Amerson does get the call this time. It'll be close. Grant Carter and the newcomer Wesley Lacey.
You know, that's Archie Amerson's first carry of the year. He did not touch the football on the ground a week ago. Had 9 catches. So you see totally the different focus of the team tonight as opposed to a week ago.
I don't think the Tiger Cats got a very favorable spot here. They're going to be a little shy. And who's coming in? Gonzalo?
Gonzalo is coming in short yardage. Lancaster said it worked last year. They can work again this year. It's going to be interesting. I mean, this is not a great short yardage running football team. So we'll see how well they produce, because this is a good yard. There's Gonzalo.
Lancaster used to say, give it to your best back, but they're changing the rules in football a little bit these days. If they line Gonzalo up in the backfield like they have done on occasion.
Well, he's a better receiver than a runner, I'm sure.
It'll be 3rd down, about a yard to go for the Tiger Cats. Close to the Bomber 50, so that means they'll think about gambling here.
Well, there's Floyd up there. There's your secret weapon at the top.
McManus may not have the first down, trying to go on a quick count. And he almost dropped the football.
You know, the surge, you got Tyrone Rogers and Joe Fleming, 76. They are two of the best tackles in the league at getting off the line of scrimmage, and boy, they submarine underneath that Hamilton offensive line.
Will it be the Blue Bombers or the Ticats sending out the offense or keeping it on the field? The Bombers are celebrating. And the turnovers even up at 2-2.
Well, I said, you know, Lancaster does not have a great short yardage running game, and you know, when you got a full yard to go and your quarterback calls his own number, and that's tough. I mean, you don't want to lose your enthusiasm here, but I mean, that's tough. They've got to be able to have success. To me, any great offense or going to be a good offense has to have a great short yardage running game.
Really no excuse for not making a yard
sometimes,
in a situation like that.
I mean, sometimes you just don't have the personnel, but your offense is really hurting if you always have to think, gosh, can we or can we not pick it up?
First down Winnipeg as T.J. Rubley swings it out to Sean Millington, who's wrapped up immediately by 36, Justin Ring. Great young linebacker for the Tiger Cats. Only a 2-yard gain.
And here's where Rubley, as a young guy, is going to have some difficulty over the long haul, is, you know, these 2nd and long situations. 2nd and 8, Hamilton can do so many different things. I mean, they will, and have done in the past, rush 3 people and drop Gonzalo Floyd into coverage to give you a different look. They'll bring 6 and 7 guys because they can cover, so T.J. Rubley's going to have to identify quickly.
2nd and 8. Rubley has time to set up, looking to the far side, has Armstrong. Big play for the Bombers inside the 30-yard line to about the 28. Chris Armstrong makes the key catch for Winnipeg. A 27-yarder is wrapped up by Rob Hitchcock.
And the good news for Winnipeg, they do a super job at picking up the blitz. They did it against Montreal, and right now, look at Eric Blunt. He's in there. He's helping out. They give all kinds of time for Rubley to pick out Chris Armstrong, who gets in behind Frank West. And, you know, that is a super conversion on 2nd and 8.
West on the coverage. It was Hitchcock making the tackle. First down. And he tossed it behind Ted Long, number 8. It was Derek Greer on the coverage of Long that time, and Rubley just missed his target.
Well, you look at Ted Long here, and you know, when he comes in here, he sees the linebacker coming out, and he's trying to slow down right in the hole, and as he tries to slow down, he slips. But, you know, essentially now he slips. The ball was thrown behind him, but essentially the quarterback sees the outside linebacker coming out, and he's trying to throw it to a spot that Ted Long just couldn't stop him.
Bombers 2nd and 10, Ticat 28-yard line. Rubley with time. Now the pressure comes. Tight coverage on Ted Long. Joe Hagens, one of the few rookies in the Ticat defense.
Well, Joe Hagens is a man for all seasons. There he is at the bottom, so watch the end of this play. But, I mean, this guy was a strong safety in college. He's been a linebacker, running back, a kick returner, so you know that he has the speed and the skills to cover some of these receivers downfield.
Bombers will settle for a field goal try. Pinned by Cameron, kicked by Westwood. Cameron will spot it at the 35. And it's good, so Troy Westwood gets the Bombers 3 points closer to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. It's CFL Live from Ivor Wynn in Hamilton. Ticats on top by 4.